I'll be honest, I mean, like, when we started the project, Hank was obviously very familiar with the project, given that it was his idea, he thought of it for years. I had not read the book in like 10 years, and I had not seen the Keira Knightley movie. I had seen the miniseries like years ago, and I didn't like it because I was like a young kid, young boy who liked video games. I'm like, why am I watching this? This is dumb, you know? So within that, doing the project, like reading the book again, I've read it I think twice in the last year. Preparation for this piece, watched the miniseries a couple times, watched the movie a couple times. I'm not saying, those are ways we're doing it. I'm just saying I want to see what people do and see what I like and see what I don't like. And I can break down both the miniseries and the movie for you, things they do really well and the things they don't. Or things I don't like, rather, the things they don't do really well. It's just kind of like when you're given the opportunity to do something like this, you just go like, all right, I'm going to give it my best, and here I go.
I think a lot of people can be intimidated by these big classic books, and I think that this web series has inspired a lot of people to give it a try because you've made it seem more relatable. I definitely bought it, and I'm working my way through it because I never read it before. So thank you for that. I think we have time for a couple more questions. So who's got the most burning questions?
Okay, so this is kind of long term, but okay. First of all, how long is it going to take, do you think, to tell the story, and then what happens when it's over?
Two-part question. All right, question number one: how long does it take to tell a story? Do not hold me to this or us to this. It will probably be a year to tell the whole thing. That could plus and minus months. I don't know. What happens when it's over? We don't. There are a couple options, right? Like these are the characters that all 7 of these people play. None of them die. Sorry, spoiler. But so we can certainly extend it. We could, and people have done it. Usually not very well, right? But they've done it, and it's an option. And of course, the other option, I think I heard you say, do we do another book? Also an option, right? But right now, we're focused on this one. Let's do this one as well as we can.
How did you decide to streamline a number of Bennet sisters?
Why did we kill Mary and Kitty? Kitty's fine. She's way cuter than ever. I mean, there are several reasons, but I think the one that overrides them all is cost. We were launching this thing, and I had to pay for it all with my money. It wasn't like we had a giant sponsor or like Warner Brothers was paying for it. And you guys are expensive. You're not. I mean, I don't mean you guys. I mean people. People are expensive.
Save this one.
Telling the truth. I mean, there are story reasons too. It's just more complicated to have all these people and to have them coming in and out. Like, why don't you see these characters? And maybe we will see some of them in other forms. But yeah, I mean, logistically, it's to have a smaller cast is both more manageable, just easier to do, and a lot, it's less expensive.
Putting Mary to the audience means giving less time to the other 3 characters here, and that would have been bad, in my opinion.
Obviously there have been a lot of different versions of this done, from the original book to the different movies and Lost in Austin and Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. Is there any particular one that's influenced you a lot with your character that you like more?
Character question.
No. From the beginning, our Lizzie was a very modern girl, and I love the characterization of her. It's grown to be written more for my voice, but from the beginning, she was very 2012, and I don't really think about her as being the Lizzie Bennet from the book. It is an adaptation, and I don't think she's like any of those. I mean, I think there are absolutely things about her that stay true in our version, but think she's online.
Yeah, I think we want these characters to be, thank you, sister, our own versions of who we think they are. We are lucky enough that we got to help tell this story. And in going back and reading the actual book, I have definitely underlined things about Lydia, but it's more like, okay, she did this at this party. What does that mean for if that was right now? You know what I mean? And that's the joy for us to get to give you, our take.
Yeah. Jane in this version is, to me, a lot stronger in that modern way. And Bernie's really cool about asking all of us and letting us give input in what we think. If we have an issue with the line, we think, oh, we wouldn't say that. Things like that. Or what do you think this is, what do you think is going to happen with this? How are we going to, I can't give away things. But yeah, it's definitely become, I think, each of the actresses and actors' own entity with this modern adaptation, which has been really, really cool.
I think it comes down to like capturing that essence of the characters that are so well known. And I just have to give kudos again to the creative team and our writing staff, because really get a sense of who our characters are. We just wait for the script so then we can play and have fun with all the work that they've put in adapting the original novel. I mean, that's the hard part. And then, yeah, so I think for us it's focusing on the essence of our respective
they're doing a really good job of keeping with the text and what's really supposed to happen in the storyline, but also knowing us really well and being able to write our voices in this incredible way that makes the dialogue so easy to do on the day, because they know us so well now.
I think this might need to be the last question. Maybe. We'll see. You're right there in the back.
So has traditional Hollywood come calling for film or television?
I don't know how to answer that question. I'll say sort of. There have been a lot of discussions about this, but it's not traditional. Like what you're watching here is not a traditional piece. It's so experimental, I don't know if Hollywood knows what to do with something like this. Like Hollywood's a business; they want to make money, and we're a business too. But it's like they're looking to make $100 million. I'm like, we would like to make $100 million. I don't think it happens. Something like this. So yeah, I think they're fascinated by it. I don't think they know what to do with it at this point. One more. Okay, you've been raising your hand.
I want to know about Lady Catherine, like, how are you going to fit her into the story? Is she going to be like her godmother that's in college or something?
The question is, what are we going to do with Lady Catherine DeVere? Why can't we can't really
He can't really answer that question because he hasn't told me the answer to that question.
We keep a lot under wraps. Like, there's a lot of things. Like, Hank didn't know I was going to show that clip, for example. Well, he didn't know that we would show that clip. And then, like, things like, some of the things if I told you what that was now, it could totally change. Because that's so far ahead. Like, that's like literally 3 or 4 months ahead. But then, like, you guys record it, someone will tweet about it, and like, oh, it's supposed to be this, and it's not it. And for example, the Jane follow, the Bing following Jane, Twitter, like that whole thing. The only people who knew about that was happening was Jay and I. Like, the actors had no idea that was happening. I don't think Hank knew what was happening. Like, it was like, oh yeah, we're gonna just do this, and it's gonna pop up, and it's gonna be cool. And that day, actually, Mary Kate tweeted, messaged me, like texted me, it's like, wait, Bing Lee has a Twitter account? What? Like, why did you not tell me?
I completely fangirled out. Was revealed. And I don't know, part of me loves that about the show, that like there's things that I don't even know that's gonna happen, and because I'm a big fan of the book and I'm anxious to see how things are gonna play out too, it's really fun for me when I'm like, you've been doing this for weeks and I didn't know!
And I like one thing about it, it's like, it's not just Jay and I or any one of the writers, like Laura and I, when we do Laura's fashion blog, the lookbook site, like that's just Laura and I. Like that's us doing it. And so the other girls, they don't see that. Like the idea of what Laura's dress was for this recent party, Jane's party. No one knew what that was except for her and I. So because we're so fluid about it, like we're trying to be reactive to it, and it's her fashion sense, and for photography, you know, we need to shoot the scene, or the still, the photo, the shoot, whatever you call it, the look, right? And then we go with it. So even if I told you what we're gonna do 3 months from now, it could completely change. So I don't want to hold anything, you know, hold anything down. I think that's it.
I think that's all the time we have.
I'm sorry. Quick announcement though, we will be doing a signing right after this in the expo, right? So it's just going to be the 4 of them. Hank's got to run to something. I have to run to other panels, so I apologize. But you get to meet all 4 of them, and these 3 up here if you want to meet them afterwards. Right? So